Hello, I am the Movie Nut, and today we're talking about The Frighteners. The Frighteners is a horror comedy film directed by Peter Jackson and starring Michael J. Fox as Frank Bannister, a guy who was in a car crash about 5 years before the movie and now can see spirits. And he has to use his new powers to solve a murder mystery because people are dying mysteriously, like their hearts kind of explode, and he's the only person who can see the ghosts like right after they die, so he has to try and piece together the murder, basically. And it's essentially a murder mystery film. I use mystery quite loosely because it's pretty easy to figure out who the killer is based on like context clues and stuff. It's kind of obvious who it is. But aside from that, that doesn't really hold up the movie that much because it's a really fun film. And that's the main thing I like about the movie is it's really fun. It does not take itself seriously at all. I think it gets the tone of a horror comedy perfectly. If it was a little bit scarier, that'd be nice. But it's pretty much just a full comedy with horrific themes. And Michael J. Fox is perfect in this film. He really carries it. He sort of brings the youthful energy from Back to the Future, but obviously he's more older, he's more tired, and also more older is not really good grammar. But he really gets across like the weight of the heavier scenes, because this movie does have some moments where it's a little darker, and he really gets that across. He's not slapstick the entire time. The more somber moments of the film, which could be jarring for some people, how it's goofy like 90% of the time, and then 10% is kind of like heavier. But because of the likability and charm of Michael J. Fox, it doesn't really weigh it down too much. I feel like in another actor's hands, this could have come across quite bad. But for the most part, this whole film is just cheesy as fuck. I love that though. I love that it didn't take itself seriously. The villain in the film, played by Jeffrey Combs, the character's name is Milton Dahmer, and he is hysterical. He's one of my favorite villains in a film just for how hammy he is. It's like a pantomime villain in a film, but it doesn't feel out of place in this sort of bizarre fantasy world of the film. Every character is a little bit dialed up to 11. Jake Busey's character is really entertaining, and his girlfriend as well. They're really good. I don't want to spoil the film because even though the twist is still obvious, it's nice. It's not really. I don't even count as a twist because it's so easy to get. But the main thing criticism I have of the film is the CGI is really bad, and even then that feels kind of mean because it came out in 1996. I just feel like there was definitely ways to create like the ghosts that they wanted without CGI because it has aged quite poorly. And by quite poorly, I mean like awfully, like it's disgracefully bad. Oh, CGI has aged quite poorly, like it's really, really rough. So I kind of feel like if they had just done something practically, it might have helped age the film. Like have I don't want to say have the actors just dressed up in white, but I mean like there's got to be a better way than what they did. But if you don't mind the CGI, there's not really a lot wrong with this movie. You just need to know what you're getting when you go into it. This is not a scary film. It's not particularly dark, but I found it really entertaining. I can totally see why this film might not be for some people. That's fine. But it reminds me of Beetlejuice in a way. Like Beetlejuice, I got a 10 last time, and that might have been too generous. But at the end of the movie, I just had such a good time watching it that I didn't really mind. A lot of my reviews are based on my initial feeling after watching the film. I think that's the purest form of criticism. Like, yes, there is a lot of merit to sitting and analysing a work and poring over it, but genuinely, I think how you feel upon first absorbing this art is hugely important. It's like when I'm watching, like I do think rewatchability is very important. Like I think you need to be able to watch a film over and over. But if my first reaction after watching a movie is like unbridled joy, then the criticisms can come later. But I just really enjoy this movie. If you don't like camp, sort of wacky stuff, it might irritate you. But I thought it balanced the comedy and sort of more somber stuff pretty well. Like just that little extra dash of seriousness helped elevate the material, I found. And then the fact that everybody's just giving it socks. Like no one in this film feels like they're half-assing it. I just had a really good time with the movie, and I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. If I remember correctly, my ma gave it a 10, again, because this is another film that she picked, and she really likes it. My sister gave it 8.5, and my girlfriend gave it a 7. She's the meanest one out of us for movie scores, but yeah, overall a really fun film. I wouldn't I suppose if you're watching this and you have kids, you could probably watch it with them. Maybe like older kids could get an enjoyment out of it. What's the rating on it? Oh, this is like a German copy, so there's no like rating. Oh, well, I'd probably say it's like 12s if I had to. Oh, not suitable for people under 18. Oh, well, never mind then. I guess that. Oh, there's a bit of gore, I guess, but it's a pretty fun movie. You can probably watch this with your family. Yeah. This message was brought to you by Senior81473. That's not my outro for this channel. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. I don't know what the movie is that I'm watching yet, but it should be up pretty soon anyway. I'm watching it like 5 days after I record this, 4 days after I record this, so it should be up in like a week. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.